Hello and a very warm welcome to our GrepMIP soon MIFAS webinar. It's called the Osteochondral Lesions of the Talus from Theory to Reality. This is our third webinar, which is under the patronage of the GrepMIP and the soon-to-be MIFAS, and the second arthroscopic one. And you know, the GrepMIP is a scientific group. It's involved mainly and dedicated to minimally invasive surgery, whether it be arthroscopy, or percutaneous methods in foot and ankle. And so we have these two main aspects, the endoscopic part and the percutaneous or the minimally invasive. And we do this through two main areas or aspects, which are really research and courses. So research ideas and paperwork, and of course, courses, cadaveric or what have you. And I would encourage you all to also go up to the grepnic.org and look it over. And those of you that are still not aware of it, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Of course, we cannot ignore what's going on around the world and the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. And our thoughts and prayers are also with Samir Karashov, which is a member of ours. And we wish him a very, very warm, healthy recovery, hopefully very soon. This is our second arthroscopic webinar. As we said, it's the third overall. And just to give you a good idea, there will be the next week, there will be the fifth webinar, but the third arthroscopic one, and it will be hosted also by the GrepMIP. Jordi Vega from Spain will be the moderator, and we have great presenters on next week, Miki Dalmau, and of course, two very eminent arthroscopists, and they basically paved the way and taught us what ankle arthroscopy is, what it is today. Nick van Dijk from Holland and Rick Ferkel from the USA. So look forward to that and stay tuned to that. So without much ado, I think I would just like to give you some points regarding this session. This session is the, sorry, I'm just getting my screen up here. Yes, it's the third webinar, as I said. It's the Talar Osteochondral Lesions from Theory to Reality. I'm very fortunate. I'm Nasif Mohammed Nasif from Cairo, Egypt, and a foot and ankle surgeon in Cairo, Egypt. I'm very fortunate to have with me three great speakers, Stefan Klockarts from Belgium, Rebecca Serrato from the USA, from Baltimore, and Matteo Belfi from Italy. And they will be talking to us about these osteochondral lesions. Now, before we start, I would like you to know that there are certain housekeeping rules we all need to know about. All of the participants' microphones are muted. If you need to use your microphone, there's a tab underneath there that you raise your hand and we can see you, and then we can try and unmute the phone. But usually it's better to use the question and tab answers. These question and answer tabs is the one down. Do not use the chat, please, because it makes it easier for us to see your questions and to answer you as quickly as we can. And try and, if you notice, when you put up that question and answer tab, you will find that there is, you can make it public or private. Try and make it public, so if anyone else was going to ask the same question, then they know that it's already been asked, and hopefully it's going to be answered, and then we can streamline more our questions. Try and keep your questions coming in as related to the talk being presented currently. So if the first presenter is speaking about a certain topic, try and ask that question related to that topic. At the end, we will have a discussion where we can answer any questions you might have generally about the topic itself. So for example, towards the end of the last talk, perhaps the last 5 minutes, you can post your general question about the OCD in general, OCL in general, and we can try and answer that. And the discussion at the end will be involving the three speakers we have with us, and I'll be just moderating the questions in between them. What they can also do is when you ask the question on the question and answer tab, they can also type in their answers to you individually, and we can go through them and see if we need anything else. Okay, don't be shy, send your questions in, and let's hope we have a great session, and let's start off now. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen here, and I think our first speaker is going to be Stefan Klockarts from Belgium. And so welcome, Stefan, and shoot away.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm just gonna try to get, I hope this is visualized on your screen now. Okay, so thank you for the invitation. I was asked to give a presentation on the basic treatment of Teller OCL lesions, and also to give a theoretical background of what's going on in OCL lesions. So there's a lot of things to cover in one presentation of 15 minutes. So I tried to get certain topics in front, but obviously if you have any other questions, there's always time at the end of the session to discuss. So osteochondral lesions, as you all know, are a major cause of disability. They cause deep ankle pain, swelling, stiffness, a limited range of motion, and they can give catching and locking sensations for the patient. In most part of the cartilage lesions that we see, there's a traumatic origin. Some studies indicate that in 70% of ankle fractures, there might also be the presence of a cartilage lesion. And also in 33% of ankle sprains, there is the mentioning of a cartilage